Namaste children, welcome back to our social science class. In the previous class, we started a new lesson that is woman, caste and reform, right? Yes. There we discussed about Raja Ram Mohan Roy and evil practice in the society, that is sati and the banning of sati also. Okay. Then we discussed about the social reformers in the society. After that, we discussed about some of the women reformers in India, that is Rukia Sakhawat Hussain, Pandita Ramabai, etc. etc. Okay, so let's continue the topic. Orthodox Hindus and Muslims become worried about all these changes. That means the women started to study, they started to remarry. Okay, and the sati pratha was also banned. Okay, such kind of changes are there in the society. So the Orthodox Hindus and Muslims both become worried about all these changes. Okay, however, women ultimately began to enjoy great freedom, and from the 1920s, some of them even joined various kinds of nationalist and social movements also. Okay, they also started to participate in the nationalist and the social movements. Okay, caste inequalities had crippled our society. Reformers made sincere efforts to root out these evils from society. In Bombay, the Paramahams Mandali was formed in 1840 to work for the abolition of caste. During the course of the 19th century, Christian missionaries became active. Okay, so they set up schools for tribal groups and lower caste children. But at the same time, the people from low caste, in order to get rid of the exploitation from upper caste, began to migrate to cities where there was new demands for labor. Okay, people belonging to lower castes began to organize movements from the second half of the 19th century against caste discrimination. Okay. They demanded social equality and justice. They demanded social equality and justice. In this connection, we can mention the Satnami movement in Central India, initiated by Ghasidas, who come from a low caste. Okay, we can mention the Satnami movement in Central India, initiated by Ghasidas, who come from a low caste. Okay, during the course of the 19th century, Christian missionaries become active. They set up schools for tribal groups and for lower castes. Okay, but at the same time, the people from the low caste, in order to get rid of the exploitation from upper caste, began to migrate to cities where there was a new demand for labor. But at the same time, the people from low caste, in order to get rid of the exploitation from upper caste, began to migrate to cities where there was new demand for labor. Okay, people belonging to lower caste began to organize a movement from the second half of the 19th century against the caste discrimination. Okay. Jyotirao Phule, also a low caste leader, attacked the Brahmins, claimed that they were the superior to others since they were Aryans. Okay. Jyotirao Phule, also a low caste leader, attacked the Brahmins, claimed that they were superior to others since they were Aryans. He proposed the Shudras, that means the labor caste, and Ati Shudras, that is the untouchables, should unite to fight against caste discrimination. Okay, the Jyotirao Phule, also a low caste leader, attacked the Brahmins, claimed that they were superior to others since they were Aryans. He proposed the Shudras, that means laboring caste, and Ati Shudras, that is untouchables, should unite to fight against caste discrimination. He founded Satyashodak Samaj that propagated caste equality. In 1873, he wrote a book named Gulamgiri, meaning slavery. Gulamgiri meaning slavery. Okay? The Satyashodak Samaj, it was proposed caste equality. In 1873, he wrote a book named Gulamgiri meaning slavery. Okay. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we heard a lot of B.R. Ambedkar, right? Yes. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Ramaswamy Naikar continued the movement for caste reform in the 20th century. Okay, Ambedkar belonged to a Maha family, means it's a low caste Dalit family. Okay, as a child, he experienced what caste prejudice meant in everyday life. He remembered how he was forced to sit outside the classroom on the ground and not allowed to drink water from the tap, meant for upper caste children. These systems were very depressing for a child. Okay, so Ambedkar belonged to a Mahar family. As a child, he experienced what caste prejudice meant in everyday life. He remembered how he was forced to sit outside the classroom on the ground and not allowed to drink water from the taps, meant for upper caste children. These systems were very depressing. Okay, in 1927, he started a temple entry movement which was resented by the Brahmin priest. Okay, in 1927, he started a temple entry movement which was resented by the Brahmin priest. Okay, the non-Brahmin movement began in the early 20th century. It was initiated by qualified and wealthy non-Brahmin castes. Okay, the non-Brahmin movement began in the early 20th century. It was initiated by qualified and wealthy non-Brahmin caste. Okay, they challenged Brahminical claims to power. They challenged the Brahminical claims to power. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, popularly known as Periyar. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, popularly known as Periyar, founded the self-respect movement. Okay, self-respect movement was founded by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, popularly known as Periyar. Okay, he inspired untouchables to fight for their dignity and self-respect. He was also a great critic of Hindu scriptures. Okay, he inspired untouchables to fight for their dignity and self-respect. He was also a great critic of Hindu scriptures. Several associations were established and movements started by our reformers in order to move Indian society free from all evils. Okay, several associations, so many associations were established during that time, and movements, social movements started by our reformers in order to make Indian society free from all evils. A glimpse of these associations and movements have been, we are going to discuss. So many movements are there. Among them, we are going to discuss some of the important movements. We already studied about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay, right? Yes. The Brahma Samaj founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy in 1830 to prohibit all forms of idolatry and sacrifice. Okay, the Brahma Samaj was founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. It was a great event, great achievement in the history of India. Okay, now Darosio and Young Bengal, that was the next another movement. Okay, Darosio and Young Bengal. Henry Louis Vivian Darosio, a teacher of Hindu College, Calcutta, initiated the Young Bengal movement in the 1820s to promote radical ideas and encourage his students to question all authority. Okay, Henry Louis Vivian Darosio, a teacher of Hindu College in Calcutta, initiated the Young Bengal movement in the 1820s to promote radical ideas and encourage his students to question all authority. The next one is very familiar for us, that is Ramakrishna Mission and Swami Vivekananda. Sri Ramakrishna Mission and Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda established the Ramakrishna Mission to stress the ideals of salvation through social service and self-respect, selfless action. Okay, Swami Vivekananda established the Ramakrishna Mission to stress the ideals of salvation through social service and selfless action. Sri Ramakrishnan was the teacher of Swami Vivekananda. Okay. The Prarthana Samaj established in 1867 at Bombay. The Prarthana Samaj worked for removing caste restrictions, encouraging the education of women, etc. Okay, the Prarthana Samaj was established in 1867 at Bombay. The Prarthana Samaj worked for removing caste restrictions, encouraging the education of women, etc. Clear? Then the Viii Samaj, next one is the Viii Samaj. It was established in 1864 at Bombay. It worked to abolish caste discrimination and promote widow remarriage and women's education. Okay, the Viii Samaj, it was established in 1864 at Bombay. It worked to abolish caste discriminations and promote widow remarriage and women's education. Okay, the next movement, that is called Aligarh movement. Syed Ahmad Khan founded the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in 1875 at Aligarh. Okay, it later became famous as the Aligarh Muslim University. The institution offered modern education and it is known as the Aligarh movement. Okay, so Syed Ahmad Khan founded the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in 1875 at Aligarh. It later became famous as the Aligarh Muslim University. The institution enforced or offered modern education and it is known as the Aligarh movement. Then the Sikh Sabha movement, the movement fought to free Sikhism from superstitious caste distinctions and practices seen by them as non-Sikh. Okay, the movement sought to free Sikhism from superstitious caste distinctions and practices seen by them as non-Sikh. Okay, so these are the important social reform movements experienced during that time. That is the Brahma Samaj, then in Bengal, the Rosio, and in Bengal, the Ramakrishna Mission and the Swami Vivekananda, Prarthana Samaj, Viii Samaj, Aligarh movement, then Sikh Sabha movement, then Arya Samaj, etc. etc. Okay, so these are the important content of this lesson. In this lesson, we studied a lot of important movements, okay, and important personalities who achieved, who worked for the reforms in our country. Okay, the history given much more importance to them. Okay, so you have to read the textbook carefully. We will meet in the online session. Before that, you have to prepare the keynotes